Hey guys, it is Simdle and welcome back to the channel. So today we have yet another speed build in The Sims 4. I'm really starting to get the hang of this. I mean, I've been making builds since The Sims 4 first came out in 2014. I got it on the day that it came out, the 1st of September. Oh my god, it's hard to believe that was like 5 years ago. I was definitely a different person back then. I was still a kid, you know, but now I've definitely grown up, and I can just tell you my builds are a lot better now than they used to be. I'm not going to insert any screenshots, but they were bad. I honestly used the pre-made rooms a lot when they first came out because I thought it was such a cool feature, and then now I'm definitely just a little bit better, you know, just a little bit. But even like this year, I've gotten a lot better. Like some of my builds this year, there's the one it's on my channel, it's the off the grid one. That was not too good now that I look back at it, and it was only a few months ago, but I definitely think I have gotten better. But today we are building a suburban family home. Now, honestly, I know these seem like they're done quite a lot, but for me, not really. Like, I don't really do big family homes like this that often. Like, I often just do smaller homes, or if I do a family home, it'll be like really modern, but I don't really do that kind of suburban, kind of homely family home, if you know what I mean. But I decided I definitely wanted to give that a go today in today's build, and I have created, it's in a 30 by 30 lot. The lot was probably a little bit too big, but it's fine, it works. I actually ended up rotating the build, and you'll see it when it cuts. It won't be for a little bit, but it'll cut, and then the house will be facing a different way, just because when I tried to export the build just to see how it would look, it was showing the side of the house rather than the front of the house under the thumbnail. So it's not too big of a deal, but it will be you'll see it in a little bit. But here I am doing the roof, and if you guys know me, you know that roofing is definitely not my strongest point. Roofing is hard to get right. Like, it's really hard. I think I did okay, for me at least, but it's hard, you know. But for this house, I did use a little bit of a reference just at the beginning, but then just for the exterior a little bit, but then I decided to just go out on my own style. I decided to get rid of it. It's probably better when I don't use a reference, just because I feel like if I use a reference, I'll start trying to mimic it and copy it, but I don't want to do that, so I decided to just get rid of the reference and just do everything from my own mind. Probably not the best idea at times, because my mind can be crazy. But the one thing I was having trouble was with a color scheme. So originally here, you can see I had this kind of like, I was trying to do this kind of, something that you more see in Oasis. What's it called? Oh my god, I can't think. It's the Oasis Springs, is that it? I feel like such a loser. I've been playing this game for 5 years and I forget the name. You know the one with the lot of sand, the desert one with the Caliente's live. You know that one? That one. I was trying to, felt like something that would be there, but then I decided the color schemes were not working well. So I went for this kind of darker sort of look. It's kind of more of a blue tones. Like, it's not actually blue, but it kind of feels like it in a way, if that makes any sense. You'll kind of see more as I delve more into the build, and you can see me starting to change the color scheme for the rest of the build as well. And then I tried doing a little bit of a garage. I decided I want to have a garage that was like that was kind of like converted into a bedroom, so it's not like a functional garage anymore. They just park the car outside, and then the actual garage is turned into a bedroom just for extra space. But here you can see me doing the windows. Obviously, windows is obviously it's something that you want to get right, otherwise, because I feel like windows can make like such a big difference to your build. It's like your make or break moment. You need to get the windows right. So I think I did okay, but again, when doing something, you just kind of go out on a limb and just kind of see what looks good and what doesn't, if you know what I mean. So yeah, as you can see, I'm about to start heading inside. Maybe not quite yet. Maybe I was just misinterpreting that. Oh no, I'm adding a chimney, even though there wasn't actually a fireplace in the end of the build. I didn't realize that I was missing a fireplace until right at the very end, pretty much. And I was like, oh crap. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We don't need a fireplace. Who needs one? This is made in summer, so you know it's a bright family home. I'm sure they're rich, so they can afford heating and air conditioning and stuff. You know, it's fine. It's fine. So then I started trying to do landscaping. I didn't want to do landscaping to be too intricate or anything like that. I mean, I just wanted it to be kind of bright and kind of homely, but I didn't want it to be like some forest or anything like that. Although So in order to fill up the empty space, because you, like I said, it was quite a big lot, I definitely started adding some trees and like greenery, like stones and like yeah, stuff like that, just to add in fill in the empty space. Because I tried moving it to a different lot, to a smaller lot, just to see if that would work, but the problem was that that the terrain disappeared when I did that, so I was like, you know what, just leave it, it's fine. So okay, so you can see me here. I'm just adding little trees and stuff like that. And I think it's soon that I switch to the other, let's turn around the build. It might be actually the next cut, because I filmed this in 4 sessions, because obviously it's a big house and I'm used to making smaller houses, so my attention span kind of disappeared at times. But it's hard to tell. You probably won't be able to tell that I've cut to another thing unless you're like got a very good eye, if you know what I mean. But so yeah, I'm just adding the doors, and this is when I start to go inside. That was actually really good timing, because I was struggling, was like, what am I going to say next? And then I started going inside, so now I could talk about that. So yeah, interiors, I decided to remove on my last build. I was like, you know what, I'm going to plan my interior before I do too much else of the landscaping and stuff, so I can alter the exterior if I need to. But guess what? I didn't do that again, and I know I didn't do it. Like, I purposely didn't do it again. It's not like I forgot. I just like, you know what? It's fine. I'll make it work. And I mean, it's a house. It works. The interior is fine. I mean, it's nothing special. But wow, I must have turned the camera a lot. You can see it's just going crazy. The screen. So I often use these lights. You know, you can see them, the little round lights. They're perfect for building. I don't really want to do like the debug ones, because they kind of get in the way, so I just put these ones in, and I think I ended up leaving some of them, but then I also added some floor lights and like lamps and stuff as well in different parts. So here I was struggling to think of a color scheme, because originally I wanted to go for something that was like colorful and more like brown tones and like more colorful, but then I decided to, I don't know, I think I do best when I stick to a couple of colors and tones. I definitely want to experiment doing other tones at some point, but for now I wanted to stick to my comfort levels, and then I'll probably practice off screen doing like mixing different colors, because I don't want to do it in a build, because I feel like when you're building, you got a lot of pressure, because like you can see everything that's happening, so you can see every mistake you make, every change you make, so on the screen, so you don't want to be messing up too much. Otherwise, it's just like the build just feels, doesn't feel very cohesive. It feels like it's just all jumbled around the place. So I decided I'll probably experiment that off screen, and then maybe I'll try practicing it on an actual build, if you know what I mean. So here I'm doing the kitchen. So you can see me starting to implement the creamy tones. I think my 2 main colors were white and cream, sort of beige, that you'll see throughout the whole build. I definitely think this is a very light house. It's not something that's going to be like dark and dingy or anything like that. And I tried adding these. You can see here I added some little blinds. What are they called? Curtains, blinds that kind of like go across the little laundry area. It is functional. I did practice walking through it, so your sim can walk through it. I don't know if the washing machine works. I assume so. But yeah, so I just thought that was a little bit of a touch, because I used to do that in The Sims 3 because I was more of a Sim 3 builder until recently, which I've come more into The Sims 4. Because I don't really play Sims 3 anymore too much, only for fun every now and then. But yeah, I decided to add that little curtain just to separate the kitchen from the laundry. But I didn't want to do a proper laundry room, because I don't think I really needed it. I think that was perfectly fine. But originally I had that, I was going to have like a little table with like a lamp and like some books and like a picture frames on there, but I'm like, I felt like I can utilize the space better, if you know what I mean. So as you can see here, I'm doing the dining room. I think I made it a little bit bigger because it was functionable, but you can see me trying to test the routing, but I was functioning. I feel like I'm saying this wrong. English is my first language, surprisingly. But yeah, so I ended up making it a little bit bigger just to make it easier, because the Sims, they were walking around, if you know what I mean. Rather than going through the room to get to the other seat, they had to go out of the room, go around to the other archway. So I was like, you know, I'll just make it bigger, as you can see. And then this living room, I was struggling to try to fill in space, because I didn't want it to seem like so open. I want to rather it felt like a bit more cluttered. But at this point, I kind of was overbuilding. You can see in like you'll see soon when I do it the upstairs. I was in a good mood. There was a different day when I did the upstairs, so I was ready to build. I was in the mood to clutter and do that sort of stuff. But here at this point, what you're seeing now, I was kind of over it, but I didn't want to give up. I wanted to finish the downstairs before I finished for the night. So yeah, this point probably isn't too cluttered, but you'll see me come back and add stuff a little bit later. But yeah, I definitely feel like building is a way to experiment different ideas and stuff that you wouldn't normally do. Like what I mean is in my personal builds, I feel like I don't clutter so much because I'm like, ugh, no one else is going to see it apart from me, and I often just download builds, but I feel like when I do a speed build, it forces me to clutter, and it is fun, but I'm honestly just a lazy person at times. I have my moments, but I decided when I build, I force myself to clutter, and it is fun, I just rather space it out rather than just doing it all in one day, if you know what I mean. So here is the part that I was talking about a little bit earlier. It was like a gym mixed with like a little kind of bedroom, kind of spare bedroom, not really used, but I guess it's kind of like a little chill space. If you're like a teenager who just wants to go hang down there, or like if you're husband and wife, or husband and husband, or wife and wife, or whatever, if they had a bit of an argument, Alyssa might end up sleeping down there for a night, you know, just until they fix things. You know, I try to create stories for my builds. Like, I try to imagine how my Sims could live in this area and how they could use each of the objects. So you can see here I've started moving upstairs. I feel like my upstairs is probably my strongest point in the house, interior-wise and decorating-wise. In some of the rooms, you'll see in a little bit, there's this guest bedroom as well. It could also be a teenager's bedroom. I started to add a little bit of different colors just to broaden my horizons a bit. But here I'm trying to be a little bit creative with the cabinet space, trying to do something a little bit different. I don't want to do everything that, you know, you would expect. I want to be thinking creatively. But, yeah, so I built this part last night. I'm filming this the day after. This is probably the longest sort of build I've done. Like, it took around 5 hours in total, which is, you know, it's a long time. But since it did over 3 nights, maybe 4 nights, it wasn't too bad. But, like, I spaced it. I took breaks in between each night. Like, I wouldn't do it one night and the next night and then the next night and the next night. I kind of took breaks so that I was, you know, in the mood to build rather than just being sick of it. And I wanted to have time to have some gameplay as well. So, yeah, I have some other builds planned that I am so excited to do. They're going to be a bit crazy. Some of them remind me of my childhood, recreating childhood memories, sort of games and stuff like that, and series and that sort of stuff. I don't want to give away too much because I want it to be kind of original. I mean, I've seen it before, but I feel like okay, I shouldn't be saying much, but I've seen what I've done before, but not in like a speed build format. So you'll see soon. I don't want to give away too much, but I am definitely excited to be able to show that to you guys. So yeah, as you can see here, the bedroom's adding a bit more color. It's starting to get more creative. I love that master bedroom. I originally had it a bit bigger, but I felt like it was just a bit too big. I'd rather have it smaller and cluttered than have a lot of empty space. So now I'm heading on into the child's bedroom. I tried to follow the creamy tones just so that you can decide what gender lived there. Like, I didn't want to confine to just making like a little boy's bedroom, a little girl's bedroom, or whatever. I wanted to make it so it kind of it could be whatever you want, and you can alter it if you need to. But I mean, I guess it's a little bit more masculine, but then again, you know what? It's fine. Just you can have whoever live there. But it's really, I tried to make it universal for everyone. So here is when I make the little spare bedroom. So I was trying to do something a little bit different, as I had a lot of extra space. So I decided that, you know what, they might be a musician. They might like, you know, playing on their keyboard or whatever. So I added a little bit of I'm speaking fast. I added a divider, and then I put a little piano, little keyboard over there, and a little bit of laundry. I can see this being like a teenage room just because it's kind of messy. It's kind of just like, I mean, it could be for a boy or a girl. Again, it's more colorful than the kid's bedroom, but at the same time, it doesn't combine to a certain stereotype, if you know what I mean. I definitely wanted to create something that's a bit more universal, so you can decide where you want your Sims, and you can alter it for how you want. So now you can see this is on this last day and I was just making a few little changes to the interior and now I'm moving outside. So this is I decided to do a little bit of an outdoor kitchen sort of area. I thought it was a good idea. I saw a photo of someone doing something similar and I thought it looked quite cool. It just reminds me of, was it Outdoor Living for The Sims 3? I'm such a fake fan. I never bought that one. I bought like all the expansion packs, most of the stuff packs, but I never bought that one for some reason. I don't know why. I just never did, but I decided to try and relive those memories of missing out in The Sims 4 and trying to add a little bit of the kitchen. So again, you can see me definitely channeling those blue tones as I was talking before outside. So it's kind of flows because inside's more creamy and outside's more blue, and it looks quite classy if I must say so myself. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.